Hello, I'm Emin. I'm spending a lot of time on Twitter reading blockchain and cryptocurrency news, stuff around Bitcoin mostly, but also other things. And whenever I find something, I repost it or like it. So in my tweets, you see all my reposts, and on my likes, you see all my likes. But for someone who is lazy to go through my profile, I thought it's maybe fun to make a little summary every day about what I discovered. So for example, this one. MG posted that there is a malicious hardware implant in the wild for Ledger wallets. What does it mean? Ledger is a cryptocurrency hardware wallet that stores your key on a device in a way that it cannot be stolen. But of course, if somebody produces a fake device, like a fake physical device, they can actually grab your keys. And they're selling this, and it looks incredibly real, and it's incredibly dangerous. This is Ledger. It's a very established company, and usually I would suggest everyone in the world to use such a device if they want to store their Bitcoin in self-custody. But this one really looks crazy. It has like packaging, a letter. It's perfectly packed. From the outside, it looks exactly like a Ledger. They have instructions and everything. And in this article, they explain how somebody basically created a device, a hardware device, to sell it online to steal private keys. This can potentially make people lose millions over millions, and yeah, it's very, very important to verify your device or download the original Ledger app and always check that you don't get scammed. Another thing that I discovered today about Bitcoin, or generally financial markets, in this case, is this post from Holger, which talks about the absurdity that the 5-year Greek bonds now turned negative, meaning if you have bonds, you actually need to pay and you don't get money for holding them, which is absolutely crazy and shows big problems. This one is my current favorite bank account. It's called Nuri, Nuri.com, and they also offer you, if you have a small amount of Bitcoin, you can earn up to 5% on your Bitcoins. How this works is quite easy. You lend those Bitcoin to other people, and these people, for basically borrowing these Bitcoins from you, they receive, they will pay interest, and this interest goes to you. Although I must say this is a very, very dangerous thing. So basically, by borrowing your Bitcoins, in the worst case, you can lose all of them, because if they're not able to pay back their loans and the company behind it goes bankrupt, then you will also lose all your Bitcoins. And you need to think if it's worth 5% per year on your Bitcoins, if Bitcoins historically can also raise quite a lot. Still, I'm using it for small amounts because I think it's an interesting development. Here you see Peter, who visited the El Salvadorian president, and El Salvador is the first country in the world that adopted Bitcoin as their native currency, as one of their native currencies, meaning that you can pay everything in Bitcoin, even your taxes, in El Salvador. And yeah, this is a very big news in the Bitcoin world. Plan B is very famous for introducing the stock-to-flow model. It's a model that is based on stock, meaning the amount of Bitcoin that exists, and flow, the amount of new Bitcoin that getting mined and added to the network. As of today, there are 19 million Bitcoins around, and there can only be 21 million Bitcoins in every 4 years. This is what this thing represents. There are less Bitcoins produced, and therefore the supply gets less and less and less. And if the demand stays the same or goes up, then also the price of Bitcoin will go up, comparable to maybe gold and gold mining and how much gold exists in the world. It's very popular. It's one of many models that model the price increase of Bitcoin. And as you can see here on the dots, historically it follows his predictions quite well. And it's an interesting thing to look into, but it's definitely not the only thing that you should look into when you look into Bitcoin. It's just one explanation for the price. So I'm not retweeting everything that I like. Many things I just like. So let's go to my likes. And here are also some random stuff. I like this from, for example, it's a very successful NFT sale. It's a company or like a project. It's called the Bored Apes, and these are NFTs. NFTs are so-called non-fungible token. It's a unique token that exists on different blockchains, usually on Ethereum in this case. And it's basically the first time this image was appeared. It was time-stamped and put on the blockchain, and then it can be transferred to different owners, and you can sell it on an open market. And here you see also the history, and just recently somebody bought this one from this guy who had it for 21 Bitcoin, for 21 Ethereum, for 25 Ethereum. And it's just an incredible development that we have now an art market on the blockchain where people trade, sell, and create art that is owned now by individual people and sold. And I think it's just a very incredible and interesting topic worth to follow. Here also the G-Monkey, he says, I think it's safe to say that NFT has officially disrupted the art market at this point. Which market is next? Yeah, I mean, I think a separate episode about NFTs should be definitely part of it. Sorry for my hair, it annoys me too. Here, again, the news about El Salvador. El Salvador reached out to the World Bank and asked them to help them implement Bitcoin in their existing banking system. It was denied by the World Bank, and he makes a point that this is just, a way how they push back, but they will not win with this. This is also very interesting. Nate Alex, he said that Titan, a token, went down 99.95% in 24 hours. I think this is a very, very important reminder that all those fun meme tokens out there, even if they get pumped up to like an incredible prices and make 10,000% of profit in a short time, they can also crash in an incredible fast time. And in this case, it dropped 99.95% within 24 hours. So be very aware and see also that this is a very, very, very big gamble. The German newspaper posted an article, Die Zeit, which said, das schlaue Gold, the smart gold. And they say that Bitcoin is way more than just speculation and a problem for the environment, and that's a political movement for radical decentralization. Here's a very beautiful from Market Meditations. It's a very beautiful article that actually explains their stock-to-flow model in very easy language. I like that they use emojis and like these paragraphs. And everybody who is interested in understanding this a little bit better, I can absolutely suggest to go and subscribe to their newsletter. It's free, and also read the free articles that they are posting. Here's a different opinion from Charlie38 about the price development. Because like this is a very optimistic stock-to-flow model, he is not that optimistic. It basically shows the development since 2011, the highest points like here and here and here where it hit 2014. This was the first time, or like 2013 here, this was the first time where I started playing with it. This one, most of the people knew when it first hit 20k. You can see it here on this line, you know, here's the 18,000. We hit like more than, let's call it 60,000 just recently, and he believes it actually will go down to, yeah, if you look at this, maybe 18,000, and we're currently at 38. So there is not one truth, there are many, and hedge your risk, don't put everything into one bucket, and I personally hope, of course, we're going into a different direction, but also these things are quite interesting to see. Maybe the last one, the carbon footprint of Bitcoin is 2% compared to army, governments, gold, and here's Bitcoin. So when we talk about emissions, CO2 emissions, Bitcoin is still relatively small compared to all this kind of stuff. I don't know where the graphic is coming from, maybe it's not 100% right. But yeah, this is an ongoing discussion in the Bitcoin world and interesting to follow as well.